Hello and welcome back to Only Analog. Now I've got a bit of a story to tell you today in regards to Peggy, my Pentax 6.7. So as some of you may remember from my last street photography video, I recently went up to London to pick up the legendary 105 lens for the Pentax 6.7. And it's probably also become obvious on the channel that my passion for portraiture has become a lot more prominent over the last few months. And you know, I think it's absolutely sacrilege to both own a Pentax 6.7 and be quite passionate about portraiture and not own the 105 lens. And here it is, renowned in the film photography community for its incredible quality, beautiful sharpness and bokeh when dropped down. And some would argue that, you know, this is one of the greatest lenses ever made. I'm not going to say it's, you know, the best lens ever made, but in terms of portraiture, this lens is definitely up there. I've wanted to get my hands on one of these for such a long time now for the Pentax 6.7 system. Got it at a relatively good price. It's not in the best shape, but it works. And that's all I care about, really. So I'm back up in London today doing some street photography, putting this brand new lens for my Pentax 6.7 system through its paces. And there's definitely a mix of photography in there today, something for everyone, you might say. A little bit of street photography, a bit of documentary style photography, and a lot of portraiture. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Excuse me, would you mind if I take a quick portrait of you? Real quick, it'll take 2 minutes of your time. I'm doing some street portraits now. I do portraiture, it's all on film. Up to you, man. You can take a half glass if you want. Yeah, you want to do it? Yeah? Sweet, man. Thank you, man. What was your name?
Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you very much, man. Take it. Excuse me. Would you mind if I take a quick portrait?
Of course you can.
Yeah. Let's just go here. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael. Nice to meet you. I'm Josh. If we get you right here, I'm just gonna meter for you real quick. Cool. Amazing, thank you very much. Did you want a copy of it? Yeah? I'll take your email and I'll send it over to you. Yeah, no, that's all good. Thank you very much, man. Have a good one. Sorry, excuse me. Would you let me take a quick street portrait of you? I just saw you across the road. I love your coat.
Oh, sure.
Is that alright, yeah? What's your name?
Tony.
Tony, sorry, let me just pop this out. I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. Did you just go in the middle here? It looked cool with the street, I think. Let me just meter for you real quick. You've got to be somewhere or are you good for a sec? No, cool. I wouldn't want to keep you. I run a YouTube channel, so we do like everything on film. So it's called Only Analog if you want to check it out. Yeah, just however you want, man. Yeah, that looks cool. Amazing, thank you very much. Did you want a copy of it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let me grab my phone, I'll get your email. So,
Remind me the name.
Only Analog. Only Analog, yeah. Lovely. Thank you very much, man. And you, have a good one. So as I put the first few shots through this lens, it's quite easy to see why this is such a highly spoken of and highly regarded lens. As I started to warm up a bit, I feel like the portraits just kept getting better and better. I did play with a few different settings. Unfortunately, I didn't jot down what settings I took for what photo, which I occasionally do for this sort of test. But unfortunately, I didn't today. There was one down the alleyway. I believe his name was Tony, but that was stopped right down to f2.4, and it really created an absolutely beautiful look. But so far, definitely so good. I don't know why I haven't picked one of these up sooner. It's, you know, I think this is going to be an absolute game changer in terms of portraiture for me, especially with the Pentax 6.7. It's a very different style to what I'm used to. I do a lot of my portrait work on a TLR, quite often the Rolleiflex. So it's a very different feel, I suppose, and a very different way of shooting at eye level. It feels a lot more intrusive in terms of street photography. It's obviously a lot less discreet, especially with the Pentax 6.7. But yeah, this is going to be so good for the portraits and the projects that I'm currently working on. That's the one I want. It's got to look right, eh? Again, no worries, have a good day. Excuse me. Hi, I'm just doing some street portraits today. I was just wondering if you'd let me take a quick portrait of you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just in front of these. I can always send it to you as well if you want.
Right.
Yeah, just here if that's cool, and just. Amazing, thank you very much. What was your name? Torian. Josh.
No, Josh. Nice.
Where are you from?
Norway.
Norway, yeah. Lovely. Did you want a copy of it?
No, right.
No?
Okay.
Yeah? Cool.
What are you doing?
I just do portraiture, street photography, things like that, so I just go out and about. It's interesting people like yourself.
Amazing.
So, yeah, alright. Thank you very much, man. Have a good one.
My name is Alex Penny, I'm chair of the Football World Coalition. We are one of the 5 groups that for the last year...
So as I made my way through London, I stumbled across a protest. Now I'm just going to say, obviously, these protests are peaceful, they're very peaceful protests. It's quite often the side that you don't see on mainstream media. But I'm just going to throw it out there now, obviously I don't want to see any hate comments, certain words, you know, towards any side in the comments below, they probably will be removed. These sorts of things are very interesting for street photography. Obviously there's a couple of extra portraits in there that I took that have a very different feel, I suppose, to what I'm usually used to taking photos of, and it just makes for some really interesting photography, I think, so that's why I've included it in the video today.
So I'd now like to welcome our next speaker, who is here from the Executive Committee of
Must be the other side, okay?
wasn't going to add these into the video, but I think it's important for us to document these sorts of events. We see quite a lot of this covered on the mainstream media, and I think it's good to sometimes see, you know, the other side of it, what was actually going on. It can be made out to look very, very different in photos to what's actually happening. But you know, as I venture more into portraiture and street photography, this is the sort of thing I want to be shooting. You know, the more nitty-gritty side of life. There's certain things that maybe we don't want to talk about, or you know, aren't covered as much in photography. But these sorts of things, you know, these protests, whether they're peaceful or not, really make for some interesting photography, in my opinion. And this is the moment where things took a little bit of a turn. In my last video I mentioned that Peggy, my Pentax 6.7, was having a few issues, and this was the first real time that I sort of noticed anything. As you can see from the video clip here, she did completely jam. I was on the second to last frame, I believe. So I took her off, took the film out in the dark. But upon developing this roll and a few of the other rolls that I've taken throughout the day, a lot of the shots were either missing completely or very underdeveloped, or just sort of half the frame, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe I was having some mirror issues. I think there might be something, you know, going on with the mirror. I'm not fully convinced that it's the curtain at the back. I mean, it might well be. If anyone, you know, cares to venture a guess just based on that, I'd, you know, happily appreciate it. But I think it is going to be time to send her off for a service. It's a massive shame, as there's a few of the photos in there from today that I was really looking forward to seeing, but were completely lost. So yeah, I suppose that's the way it goes with these vintage cameras. You know, you can never, it doesn't matter how much you trust the camera, there's always going to be something along the line. And unfortunately, today was the day. So obviously I did manage to get that roll back out of the camera and continue shooting through the day. I got a few more shots out of her, and the ones I did get were really, really beautiful, so definitely stick around. I just take a quick portrait of you? Do you mind if I take a portrait of you? No. No? Can I just get you like leaning on the brayer? Thank you, man. Thank you very much. What was your name?
Thank you.
What was your name? Rob. Rob, nice to meet you, Rob. Thank you very much, man. Take care. Hey guys, without being too intrusive, can I just take a photo of you doing exactly what you're doing? I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just take a quick meter reading off you.
Funny, because on our 4th date, somebody asked to take a photo and we were too cool to like ask for it.
Oh really?
And then we regretted not asking.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
What are you shooting on?
It's Pentax 6.7, so it's black and white film.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. Let me just...
It's a good lens.
Yeah, the old 105. Cool.
How heavy is it?
It's heavy. I've been walking around all day, my neck is hurting, trust me. So I probably am going to make another video in the near future going into a bit more detail about this lens. If you're not absolutely bored of it already, I know a ton of people have covered this subject on YouTube, excuse me, and through, you know, other online reviews. So I'm sure you've heard enough about it. So, you know, I won't go into all the specs and what makes it a great lens. I think we're all fully aware of why and how it is such a beauty. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to make a little video on my first few rolls through the lens, I suppose. I think as I venture more into portraiture and street photography, it's good for me to make little videos like this on certain lenses, I suppose, just to document, you know, maybe some of my techniques, not the techniques as such, but the progression and the journey that I'm taking, you know, to get the best results that I can. You know, I prefer shooting more through my TLR. I absolutely love shooting with my Pentax 6.7, of course. It does seem to be a lot more landscape work and a few other things on the Pentax 6.7, but I'm hoping, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure this is going to change my mind. I think going forward now, this lens is going to be used a lot more for my portraiture work. I'm going to try and get some studio work done with this as well, because I think that will really be interesting on this 105. But yeah, as I said, I'm really glad that I've picked it up. First thoughts and first results, I think, you know, speak for themselves. I might be blowing my own trumpet a little bit, but I'm really happy with how they came out. And yeah, I'm really excited to get out and continue to work with this lens. And yeah, I think it's fair to say I had a pretty interesting day up in London. Not what I was expecting. Obviously, I went out for some portraits, ended up doing a bit of street photography. There's definitely some keepers in there. There's going to be some going into the portfolio that I'll pop up on the screen for you now. But yeah, I'm very, very happy so far with these results. And yeah, as I said, can't wait to get back out and do more. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. There's going to be a lot more portraiture work coming in 2025. I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas if you do celebrate. And from both me and Tom, we hope you have a very happy new year. And we'll catch you in 2025. Peace.